Hello.
Hi.
Hi everyone. Welcome to the YA Jungle. I'm Simone and Mhairi has shrunk. No, this is Kate. Kate,
Hi.
introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm married for tonight.
Yeah. Mhairi's still here. We just thought we'd have a shake things up a bit with a guest.
Which
a guest writer.
is me.
Which is you. Exciting.
Yeah.
Super exciting.
This is weird.
It's the internet. Everything's a bit weird.
This is true.
This is fine. Yeah, so you're a writer. You're part of the NaNoWriMo community.
Yeah, I'm co-ML with you.
Yes, it's with me and Ali, who's returning as an ML. You know, he's doing most of the work so far. I haven't looked at any of the emails yet. So
I think we're just
I've read the
basically
email.
be a moral support for him.
We will do more things.
Yes.
We've still got a month and a bit to plan. It's going to be great. If you're in the LA region, please sign up and hang out with us.
We like to think we're cool.
We are very cool.
We are very cool.
We are the pinnacle of cool. We are volunteering to run a community. Like, what's cooler than volunteering? You can laugh. That's a joke. That's a terrible joke. I don't know. Whatever.
I can't think of anything cooler.
Exactly. Why don't we get started with a sprint? It's always good to get in early.
Hi, Ali. Yes, I have shrunk.
She has. So we're using Cheddar. Well, I'm using Cheddar again. Hopefully you guys remember us talking about Cheddar previously.
Yes.
It's the brand. It's the amazing word processing fancy website that gives you rewards and games every time you do words. If you would like to join, just type into your little word bar sprints at yajungle.com and you can join our sprint. I'm gonna start a sprint.
This is very exciting.
I'm gonna start a sprint. I've not done that before. Can you join my sprint? We're gonna find out.
I would have.
Usually Mhairi does this. Nope, it just starts the sprint. That's not working. Well, anyway. That's just me. Yep. Get on Cheddar or not. If you're ready, are you ready for a thing?
I'm ready.
I'm not usually used to saying this many words.
Yeah, I've somehow run out of words. I'm usually a very wordy person. And I'm like, oh,
this is alright.
Talking.
Alright, now you've got the image. The first image is
Ooh,
some really
that's
cool
cool.
faces. Look at those painted faces.
Mm.
This is exciting. You can come up with
fire
a lot of
and ice and
yeah,
dragons and
feels kind of maybe like some sort of tribal thing or like
Yeah.
some futuristic cyberpunk tribe thing.
yeah,
Whatever you think of, maybe this will inspire you.
very Laini Taylor.
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
to read her still.
What? You haven't?
Mate, we've seen my pile. We'll get
Okay,
to
good
this.
point. Yes, yeah. You're
All right, so you're ready. We're gonna start now. Stop writing. Hands up. Hands up. Well, I can't because I would drop my thing, but like, well.
My hands are up.
Do what Kate does. Yeah. Oh, that's such a cool. What? New Scrivener, so good.
It's like, what have I done? Like, yeah, that's the typewriter
it's
mode.
like a typewriter mode.
Yeah.
I'm very
You
jealous.
should have that on yours.
Do I?
I'm sure you do.
Oh my god.
Try that one.
This one?
No.
No?
That one?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you've got
Holy shit. Learning new things.
Don't swear.
Every minute. I'm sorry. You know what? That S word shouldn't even be a swear word. Anyway. Yeah. So, how'd you go? How'd you go with your words? How many did you write?
40.
40.
40.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good number of words.
I think so. It's a very nice, balanced number.
It is good.
Yeah.
I did 100.
Okay, that's a good number.
I had to remember where I was.
Yes.
What are you working on?
What am I working on? I am currently rewriting the second draft of my book.
Oh, so you're doing a rewrite approach?
Yes.
That's a terrifying endeavor.
It is, but it's kind of feeling good in a way because it's nice to be able to see the problems. Mary got 118 words.
Oh, nice. Stardew fic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alex, 50 words. And
Liz, you got 153.
Everyone is smashing it.
You guys are doing great. Clearly, some of you started at the correct time and not 3 minutes in. Unlike me. You did well.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm rewriting at the moment, which is terrifying and a feeling you are soon to know.
No, because I already rewrote my entire draft and took 2 years to do so. So, yeah.
A feeling you were well acquainted with them.
It is the worst time, but also the best time because looking back to what my first Zero Frankenstein of a 10-year draft was, it was a mess. Such a goddamn mess. That's not swearing either.
No, that is not swearing.
And this one was written, it's funny how when you write something in a, shorter amount of linear time, it's actually coherent. It's funny. It's funny how that is.
It's strange.
This is why NaNoWriMo, Zero drafts are actually okay.
Yeah.
Because at least you're writing all in one go, in one time, and your headspace is kind of in the same kind of spot.
Yeah, there's no kind of stopping and starting and forgetting where you were or where you've put your horse.
Yeah,
or...
you don't put it down for 6 months and then go in a completely different direction and abandon all your previous thoughts.
Yeah.
So this is why I like Nano. It's a good time if you have a story that you just kind of kicking around in your head.
Yeah.
And you just want to just do it. It's a good focused period of time. And with all the write-ins and the local things you can get involved with and the people who can motivate you, it's a good time to be productive and just get a zero draft out. And then work out how to make it a real thing later.
Yeah, I find the good thing about zero drafts and first drafts is that a lot of it is writing what you want and figuring out what the story doesn't want. So, maybe you really want to go this direction and you're like, oh, hang on, that's not working. And you can find out a better way to go or something that you enjoy doing more.
Yeah, which characters you can bring to the fore or, push away.
Yeah. Maybe some will be more useful elsewhere.
Yeah, or not existing at all.
Yes.
Or maybe you need to, just invent more things to fill in holes.
Yeah.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
I'm currently working on the sequel to my novel because, as mentioned, I finished my proper rewrite draft of my novel. It's terrifying. I've sent it this afternoon to Officeworks, and they will print it and deliver it to my house, which is great, amazing. I didn't realize this was a thing. And because it's so long, I got the free shipping because it's so expensive. It's $74. But, if you can afford to do so, I hear it's a good way to edit, to print off your entire manuscript. And maybe you work somewhere where you can do this for free, and that's cool too.
That would be cool. Or you could, print it off yourself, but that will still be expensive.
If you just want to buy a whole bunch of ink and reams of paper and just feed it back into your printer.
Yeah, Mary says that Nano is the best time for zero drafts. Mm-hmm. We agree. And that zero drafts are usually the best, so she can actually get over the need for it to be perfect as it comes to her. Completely agree. Zero drafts don't have that feeling of stage fright in a way, knowing that maybe someday someone is going to read it and it's just for you. And yeah.
Which is why my zero draft of my Nano last year is full of smut and no one will ever see it because when I rewrite that novel, it's going. It's going out.
I need to delete that.
I'm going to put it in a special folder for me and then maybe burn my computer when I die. Or do a Terry Pratchett so no one can ever read the shit that I don't want them to see.
Steamroll your computer.
Steamroll a computer. Good advice, Terry. May you rest in peace. But yeah, write for you. Don't censor yourself. Like, just, you know, unless you're saving somewhere really like super unreliable, like a public Dropbox folder, it's probably gonna be safe.
Yeah. And
also, like, unless you're famous, no one's gonna hack you. It's fine. Like, you're not that big. You're not Lindsay Lohan. Don't post nudes though. That's probably still safe advice. Liz says, hoping that Nano forces me to finish the draft quickly instead of dwelling on one part for like 10 years. Yes, that's another good thing that helps me. Again, spent 10 years on my first zero draft of this novel. Also, like, did 3 degrees in that time. But, like, yeah.
Yeah. We'll make sure to, if anyone wants us to steamroll your computer.
Yeah.
Or your stuff.
It will take requests.
We can.
I will hire a steamroller.
Sure, we can figure it out
at your
somehow.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'd like mine wood chipped.
Wood chipped?
Wood chipped.
I mean,
that would be very dramatic.
It would be. Just worry about like little flecks like flying into people's faces.
Well, if you wear protective gear, it might be alright.
Yeah, I guess wood chipping itself is inherently dangerous. So like I make gear for that.
Yeah.
I don't know, where do you find a wood chipper though?
Oh, my dad's got one.
Oh,
or had one.
Farmers, man.
I can.
Well, country people.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not a farmer.
I'm sure I can have access to one.
I can find one.
Okay. Ali wants a Viking fiery longboat.
It's very environmentally unfriendly, Ellie, to be releasing that much metal and cadmium into the sea.
Yes, I know wood chipping is cool, but so dangerous. I'm not necessarily going to be the one.
You've all seen Deadpool, right?
Wood chipping.
Deadpool
I would get someone else who is an experienced wood chipper to wood chip my computer.
There's a lot of great banter happening in this chat, and hopefully you can see it and not just, thinking that we're talking to ourselves.
I don't know, Ali, does the sea really want Viking funerals?
I think the sea wants people to stop overfishing, but that's another matter. Anyway.
Okay, well, apparently Alex is now the voice of the sea, speaks of the sea, possibly sees the sea, and the sea wants. And yes, we have it confirmed. Alex B is the voice of the sea.
Yes. Okay. Let's go back on track a little bit. So stop your sea talk. You sea dog. What do? You've done this. You've done this experience where you finish a draft and you print it off and you're rewriting.
Yeah.
What is this like? Talk about this.
It's interesting. So at the start, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I was panicking a lot, being like, oh my god, I've written a book. What do I do? Why isn't it not good? And then I remembered it was the first draft and therefore it's allowed to be terrible. And that felt freeing once I gave myself that kind of permission to be like, this is crap. So I've been going through and I've been identifying like plot holes and where characters are acting out of character. And I've written some scenes again by hand, and I'm kind of just going through and figuring out what the story wants and how to do it properly. And then I'll, maybe in the next draft I'll come back and make sure that the characters are saying the right thing and looking the right way. But at the moment I just want to make sure that the plot flows and that it's not getting stagnant or stuck or going off on some weird tangent. So
yeah, no, I think it's important to break down your edit process into like stages and from a kind of like a outwards in direction. So you do want to look at the bigger things, like plot and cohesiveness, before you worry about things like grammar and sentences, because like you may spend a lot of time fixing your sentences for chapters you'll just throw away.
Exactly.
So don't waste your time.
Yeah, that's what I figured out.
That's the last bit.
Being like, maybe I should move this comma, because one thing I've discovered is that I really love commas, especially where they don't need to be. And so I was like, oh, I could just move this comma here, and then I'm like, I'm not even keeping this scene. Yeah, it was pointless. I love sentence fragments, but for me it's a stylistic choice, so you can just deal with it. There's a lot of sentence fragments in my stories. Also, I used to use a lot of ellipses for dramatic effect, but that's incorrect. Don't do that. Really? No dramatic pauses? Not in dialogue. I mean, like, I don't know. It's a thing I picked up writing fan fiction, but I don't think it's a real thing. I think it's supposed to, like, I don't know, do hesitant pauses a different way. I'll look into that and report back to you. Maybe you could use full stops instead. Yeah, it doesn't have I don't know, it doesn't feel as dramatic to me. Yeah. It's more like a kind of like a disbelief, and then you respond to like what the person had just said. I don't know, I feel like ellipses are like a bigger pause. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that you're supposed to use them if you're kind of trailing off.
Yes, long live commas for life.
Commas are great. Use lots of commas. Or
Yes.
also semicolons are cool
What
too.
are your thoughts on the ellipses?
Yeah, if you have an opinion about ellipses or commas or em dashes.
Do you find that you have a grammatical crutch that you return to help your writing flow, or particular words that you reuse? Do you have words that you reuse?
I mean, I have a lot of actions. Like, my characters shrug and sigh and rather rolls their eyes. Rather rolls a lot.
I see what you're doing.
This is Mhairi playing in the chat, by the way.
Yeah.
We're not currently. We're not just talking to ourselves and making it look like we're popular. Like, this is somebody else. I promise. Yeah. Commas are good. Are you a nerd? Do you have strong opinions about grammar? Then you're in the right place.
They may not be the correct opinions, but we have strong feelings about them anyway.
I mean, like, it's like anything. It's all guidelines. It's like the people who still swear by, like, double space after the sentence.
Oh, that's painful.
Which is not accurate. Stop it. Stop it right now. If you double space after, like, a full stop, please just never do it again. Or fight me in the comments. Like, I don't know. One of those two things. But yeah, I remember when I worked for, like, a writer center, and I was trying to, like, get some social media engagements up, and I posted an article that was telling people to stop, and I knew it would do it. It did. And it created such an outrage in the comments. It was the only time something that was ever posted on the Facebook page, like, had such, like, 70 different comments. People just, like, arguing amongst themselves, and it was, like, the best thing ever. So yeah. Sometimes people will be controversial on purpose just to get engagements up. That's a fun hint if you're a social media marketer. Controversial shit, man. Do it.
Yeah.
Who cares about, like, you know,
double space after every full stop and see how angry your readers get.
Yeah, infuriate them, because they'll comment more than they would if they like something.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll tag all their friends to bring them involved, to get more views up on your page.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
Be evil.
Bad idea.
Like, I work in social media marketing, but it's evil. 100%. I will admit that. It's, you know, full of manipulation. Maybe it's time for another sprint before I lose my job by bitching about it. It's great. I love my job. I love everything that I do. 10-minute sprint, I reckon.
Yeah.
Is about the time for that? Alright, so what have we got in terms of images?
Let's see.
See what's happening.
But yes, clickbait.
Yeah, I mean, like, clickbait works, though, is the thing. If it wouldn't work, people wouldn't do it. So, like, bitch as much as you want about it, and I do too, but, like, it's effective. Sadly.
You'll never believe what this image is.
Oh, look, it's a duck. Or is it? This one is a woman in a wedding dress, perhaps?
Perhaps.
On a beach. Like a...
She seems to be in the water.
Like, not a nice beach. It's like a beach you might find in England.
Maybe a rocky beach.
Not enough pebbles, though.
Kind of like... Man, she just doesn't look particularly happy.
No, I think she's... Was she dead? Is she alive? Is she washed up from a shipwreck? Like a... Cruise gone wrong? I don't know.
Yeah.
Cruise wedding? That sounds fun.
That sounds terrifying.
You don't want to spend your wedding day in the middle of the ocean?
Maybe it's Reverse Little Mermaid and she's been washed over and rescued by the cute but hapless mer prince.
Yeah, maybe she's gone to become a human.
Oh, it's called Left at the Altar.
What's unoriginal?
Bride to the Sea, maybe.
Sea Bride. She's married to Poseidon.
Is definitely on point.
Yeah, it's really good. But, you know,
yeah.
stock image
One
models.
of Poseidon's many brides.
Yes, such a polygamist.
Yes, Alex, we know what the sea wants.
The sea wants you to shut up about the sea.
The sea wants you to do some writing.
Alright, so now's a good time as any. Hands back on your keyboards. Get ready. Set. Go. Stop writing. Hands up.
Hey, you did it.
Without dropping everything.
No casualties.
Ah, well done. How did you go?
Pretty good. 122 words. So I was
Nice.
inspired by the picture because it kind of fit in with the theme of my story.
Yeah, your story's all about, you know, brides and women at the sea.
Not so much
It's
brides,
but like women in the sea.
yeah.
And maybe some crushable curses.
Yes.
And reasons why they may be in the water.
3 words, Alex. Smashing it.
That is terrible. You should feel ashamed. No, you did
Well
3
done,
words more than you had before. Hey. I did 132. That's 100
Nice.
from before. I didn't refresh that little cheddar.
I wasn't going to judge, but I will now.
132 words. It's I'm writing the first chapter of the sequel to this, my first book, and it's kind of exciting to finally be moving on, if only a little bit, in the story and doing something else.
Have you written the sequel before, or is this?
No, I've only ever done dot points, ideas of what I want to happen. So I know what I want to happen, and I know what characters are doing things, but I've had even more ideas in the past couple months of you know, and I've had to move. Like there was a storyline in my first draft of my last book that I've moved into this story, and trying to explore that one, explore some new characters, which is cool. Or bring some previously side characters to the fore.
Yeah. And yes, also love the line, "The sea claims another salt wife." And the ish is a good word. Good feeling.
It is a good time.
It's a good.
And Liz, 337. That's
nice.
Excellent. Solid sprint. You really, I don't know if you've signed up already for NaNoWriMo, but you know, I feel like you'll be a welcome
Everyone is welcome.
Competitor at the word sprints. Did you get a little bit competitive? I mean, maybe not since you joined. No, back in the day, a few years ago, people would not you know, to the point that sabotage or anything, but people try and, you know, it's good to spur you on to try and get as many words as you can.
Healthy competition.
Yeah. In a fun way.
Yes.
But you know, there's a little bit more. You know, because you're in a room with 30 other people, you know, if it's a big write-in, and everyone's really quiet and it's silent and everyone's focusing, and it's good. Some of my best work has come out of those kind of sprints.
Yeah,
so.
I really enjoyed a couple of the Nano write-ins we did last year. We did one at the Burnside Library, which was a lot of fun.
We should contact them again.
And that was fun, and it was great to see all sorts of different people and hear about different people's stories and ideas and ways of writing. And yeah, it's a good community, good feel.
It is. I think we have a nice little group. I've heard of I haven't heard specific anecdotes, but I've heard that sometimes regions can have some drama. Maybe for a much larger region and you have 100 people to try and manage. But I think we've done pretty well in Adelaide. It's nice. It's a decent size. We're a little bit growing. More people should join us. It's great. We're all very friendly.
We're very supportive. And
we provide snacks.
Yes. I don't know, speaking of competition and competitivity, I'm making up a word now.
Competitiveness?
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm not actually a particularly competitive person towards other people, but if someone's like, no, you need to beat the last word sprint, then you did. I'm like,
see, that's good too. You can always compete with yourself if you're not comfortable comparing yourself with others. And sometimes, there are some people who you know, smash out 100,000 words in the first 4 days, and it's even the least competitive person sometimes is
it's a bit daunting, but
how dare you?
That's really impressive.
Some people can just power through it and just churn out so many words, and everyone works differently. Well, you know, it's easy to get lost in comparing yourself to other people's progress and results. NaNoWriMo is very much an individual journey.
Yeah. And it should be fun.
Yeah.
Because that's what writing is.
Don't let other people who are maybe ahead of you, make you feel bad about your book or, your pace. Your pace is your pace.
I think that goes as well for no matter what stage of writing you're in, whether you're still zero drafting, whether you're getting ready to publish.
Whether you've just got some really crazy offers from some amazing agents. You know.
Yeah, everyone goes at a different pace and enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Whenever I'm on, a lot of the NaNoWriMo groups have opened up again. There's an official group. There was one on Facebook a few years ago that I was in that degraded because of a lot of infighting and drama. There were 10,000 people there, so that's going to happen.
People, yeah.
It died. And the NaNoWriMo were you can't use our name. And now there's an official one. But yeah, and like one of the most kind of comments people in any kind of writing forum is like, how do I do this? Do I have to get a degree? Do I have to do X, Y, and Z? Like, what's the formula? But there is no formula. There are like vague things you should definitely do, but you know, like you can self-publish, you can go the traditional route, you can
not publish, you can
get an agent or get an agent.
Like if you're just writing, you know, fanfic for yourself to enjoy,
that's fine too.
Why not?
You don't need a degree, although, you know, depending on the degree, it can help. But also, not all degrees are the same. Like, some university degrees are probably... This goes for any degree in any university. Like, not... a degree, a single topic of a degree will vary across all universities.
Yeah. I mean...
It just depends on your teacher.
I didn't do creative writing at university. And I still love it, and I'm still learning lots, and I enjoy learning it. So it's you don't need to have a piece of paper saying this person can write.
I mean, like I did do creative writing in honors and stuff, but like what the most thing I got out of it was like the opportunities, and then meeting the right people, and then getting to like publish an anthology because of my supervisor. Whereas I also had a whole semester wherein like we spent the entire semester talking about like what is a book. And one of the lessons concluded with, a mop can be a book because it has strings and knots can tell a story. And we were like, what is this? What is this thing? It was a waste of money. But, you know, not every topic in a degree is going to be useful. I think sometimes universities pad things out because, you know, they need to.
As Mhairi has said, read and write as much as you can.
Yeah, read and write.
If you talk to any author, if you talk to anyone who's writing, that's the advice that's given. Read and write as much as you can. It doesn't have to be... I was trying to read that. It doesn't have to... You can write a mop if you want. I'm going to finish this sentence.
Tell me another on a mop. But then, like, how are you counting? Is it like a knot is a word or is a knot a page? Like, work out your own pace, but you could do that.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, do you read in the genre that you're writing? I know some people who don't read that genre while they're writing it.
Advice, but like,
we know of someone who doesn't read in their genre at all.
Wait, do
ever?
We?
That person that thing? No.
Oh no, this is a famous person. No, they're terrible. You should read. You should read books. Like, don't. It's like insane to me when people. No, there was this is another fun anecdote. When I went to Oxford, I'm just boasting. My summer school course, and there was a guy doing the young adult course with us who didn't read young adult. And clearly had a very low opinion of young adult, and he thought it would just be like an easy class, and we were like, you made the wrong choice, son. He learned the error of his way. He's actually really nice now, but like, he was just like, I think I've talked about it in the past, he is the, you know, textbook guy in your MFA, like,
oh dear,
literature dude bro. He had a beard, his favorite book was Catcher in the Rye, which I laughed at his face and like, about every time he said it, it was great.
Are you sure he wasn't fictional? He sounds fictional.
No, he was real. Oh. He's legit.
It's a worry. Yes, Alex, you must write your mop story. We want a story about a mop.
About a mop, yeah, or on a mop.
Or on a mop, both, even like meta mop.
And Liz was like, they didn't learn much in the degree. Wait, no. The most you've learned was hanging out with other writers.
Absolutely.
And that's, legit. Yeah. The Flinders cohort was pretty cool. You learn a lot. I extended my vocabulary because a lot of the people in my classes had really big words, and I was like, had to learn what they were. But you helped me in that. It was a fun time.
And Mhairi says that her degree taught her how to read books more critically, which does help with writing, and that is true.
If you can read a book and then start to recognize the structure and the beats and be like, this is like, you know, the first like fight thing, and they're gonna fail this because then you're gonna go like, you know, it's the down peak, and then you go up to like the big climax, and then things are gonna win. Like, when you can start to read that, it can help you learn about how to structure your own story.
Yeah. And
also maybe ruin reading for you. Like, you know, sometimes that happens too. Hopefully not.
Yes. If you're finding that the book you were reading is ruining the joy of reading for you.
Oh, it's not the book. It's like knowing too much and not being able to enjoy it as a reader. Yeah. Because you're too busy looking at it as a writer.
Well, there was a series I read recently, which is fairly popular and not my cup of tea. I thought it would be, but it wasn't. Yeah. But it was really interesting in the way of being able to pick apart the writing style and going, well, I see how this is happening. I know what's going to happen here. That was clearly foreshadowing. So as a learning experience, it was great.
Did you think maybe it's like the story was so formulaic that it was obvious.
Yes.
And you couldn't just lose yourself because it was like, it wasn't an enjoyable read. It was just like, you know, oh, character X is doing this now, and now they're doing this. And it was like, it's not surprising you or like, you know,
it was
defying your expectations at all.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't anything unexpected or anything different. It was, you know, it was comfortable, but it was not what I was expecting. But it was interesting to be able to read through that and pinpoint the parts where I'd be like, okay, so this author has hit this beat, and this is what they're going for here, and now the stakes will be raised, and now this is the trough that is happening. And so from a writing perspective, it was fantastic. Yeah.
Well, I've actually been in a workshop by that author, and the way they teach, it is very much like kind of looking at like the kind of structural part behind it. So it's not surprising to me they write that way. And I guess like it's, you know, it's once you learn it, you kind of, something that, you know, you get like lost in a bit. But learning that you don't have to like stick 100% to this formula, like make variations, do crazy things, make it your own.
Yeah.
Make your book enjoyable is the end of the day.
Write what you want, not what you think other people want.
Like, be a human. This is how we beat the robots. By not just following something you can easily program into a machine. So as engineers.
You're saying this, and I'm sure the robots are listening somewhere.
Oh god. This is why I'm not going to buy an Alexa or a Siri. Well, you know, you can't buy a Siri, but...
Maybe you can buy a Siri.
I'm sorry. Anyone who has an Apple, you're just an idiot. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Excuse me. Well, you know, this is... I'm done.
No, you're great. It's good.
Okay,
I'm just jealous of you, Scrivener.
So pretty.
Anyway, now that I've insulted everyone, as usual, let's go into our third and final sprint for the day.
I'll give you the third and final sprint.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither. I wonder what this picture is.
Oh, this is nice.
Very hipster.
I was going to say, you know, everyone's talking about that, like, millennial pink colour.
Oh, that is very millennial pink.
Very millennial pink. I would like this in my house.
I would see this at a wedding.
At a millennial wedding.
Yes.
And I noticed how, the vase, because we're in South Australia.
The vase or the vase.
The vase is a light bulb. It's either very small. Actually, they are very small flowers, aren't they?
They are very small flowers.
Yeah.
But it doesn't show how the light bulb vase is standing up. Like,
I was wondering actually this earlier. Do you think you can get special made light bulb shaped things with a flat bottom for this very purpose?
I would assume so.
It feels like then you're missing the whole point of having like a recycled material like a light bulb as a vase. But oh look, nope.
No,
it's out of the picture.
No,
it's just a regular light bulb.
Timer.
There was a timer in the way.
I was wondering how long it took for us to...
maybe she's got an invisible stand.
Yes.
Or they took this picture and it fell over moments later. One of those two things.
It's clearly the answer. Right idea, that one.
Don't do this again.
You're just jealous of my puns. My bad puns.
I'm never jealous of puns.
You are.
Wish they would stop.
Never.
I think it's...
And now that I know that, it's going to get worse.
I think it's time to start writing. That will keep you distracted from your terrible puns.
No, it gives me more time.
I dare you to write a novel entirely in puns.
Listen, I've sort of done it. I have to get rid of so many puns.
I'm going to read your zero draft.
No, you don't. It's very funny.
Alright, we're going to start now. We're just wasting time. I'm sorry, everyone, that you have to listen to this. Maybe they're a mage. Maybe they are. Only a mage could make this thing happen with the vase.
Maybe it's like an electrical mage and a flower mage. The marriage of.
But maybe they got divorced and she took out the insides of the electric thing and now it's
That's just mean.
Well, you know, it's glass. It's not a working light bulb anymore.
Well,
anyway.
What if it was? What if that was the mage's favourite light bulb?
Let's just write. Get ready, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Go. Where are you going?
It's going.
stop writing. Stop your writing. Hands, stop laughing as well. We have a stream to finish. Kate?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good. Excellent. How did you go? How many words did you write?
None.
Well done.
I ended up on a Wikipedia
You're
spiral.
Disappointment to us all.
I know. Well, I saw Mhairi's link for Quipu or Kipu. I have no idea how to pronounce that. And then I thought I was being personally attacked for my bad puns, but it turns out I'm not being personally attacked. It's an ancient writing system. If you haven't followed that link, you should follow that link.
Yeah. Legitifying that thing that I learned in uni, that yes, strings with knots can indeed be a story.
Yes.
Although, you know, I would like to know, like, story as well. Is it telling, like, a fictional adventure, or is it more like, you know, I see in the thing it mentions people use it to keep track of taxes.
Oh, that's a different thing.
Is it more like... No, not in that.
Okay, yeah.
Before. Like, is it merely a way to, like, make notes for yourself or to pass on simple messages, or are you telling, like, some sort of epic adventure on a mop?
Well, I guess it depends on your way of communication. Like, a lot of cultures, before they had a writing system, all of their history would be told through story, through verbal storytellers. And so
bards.
Yes, so often acted out, or there were certain cues that people would follow. And so story has always been a part of culture, but it's not necessarily always been written.
Yeah. But I guess that's my question. But that's probably a question for, like, you know, some academic. whether fun adventure stories told in the system. Anyway, maybe there were. Let's check out in the chat. Liz, 329 words. Nice.
A character description.
That's useful.
It is.
That's necessary. My characters apparently are a bunch of slender men in which they have blank faces and no signifiers. Probably not
that bad.
No, not that bad. They will have a hair color, at least.
They do.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm very much about hair color and hairstyles, like, as a person. It's the one thing I notice about everyone, so it's the one thing all my characters have. You know what their hair looks like, and if you don't, then maybe they're bald. I don't know.
What's wrong with being bald?
No, but, like, they shouldn't... Depends what... I don't know. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I wrote 107 words.
Well done. Alex is really into the whole mop novels.
Oh my god.
Which will be a new genre coming out soon.
This is
and
no
mop bards. Half bard, half janitor.
I feel like this feels like it might be a slightly racist conversation. Well, calling them janitors. This is an ancient cultural communication system, Ali. I feel very disappointed in you.
Mhairi's going to write a short story about Ali in the sea. After she recovers from her horrifying wiki spiral. I know that feeling. I'm also still in that wiki spiral, and I should really close that window before it's
surrounded by very distracting people. I'm amazed I wrote words, but it's good. I'm describing Derek wearing a rubber suit, which is like a wetsuit but made of rubber. It's not a sex thing, trust me. Well, it could be, but not in this scene.
Well, and on that note,
anyway, it's not a good suit. Anyway.
Okay, no, this is just getting worse.
I'm not swearing though, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is writing. Writing is what we're here to talk about and do. Drafts. We talked about all those points. Yep. Anyone else want to say any things?
Does anyone ever get stuck in a particular point of their
good...
writing where they're like, oh no, can't do this, or you know, bits where they want to focus on more than others?
Yes.
Do you find beginnings, endings, or middles easier?
I think beginnings are pretty easy.
What's your most hated part?
I mean, I think it depends on the story that I'm writing. Like, during this rewrite, I felt really struggled in the middle, but I also struggled a lot at the end. It's all hard. But the beginning is always easy for some reason. But then, I don't know, I never start a novel without knowing how it's going to start. So, like, it always comes with an opening scene.
Do you know how it's going to end, or do you have, like, a vague idea?
I don't know how this one's going to end.
Ooh.
Like, I don't know. I kind of know where they need to be for certain things to happen in the book 3 and 4 that I've also in my head planned out. But I don't necessarily know. I don't know what the general major plot arc is.
Yeah. Who's
the focus? What part the villain from book 1 may or may not play in that, and how this happens. I think it's going to be about Flora, though. I have a strong feeling, even though Meg's still going to be like a narrator in this, it's going to be a lot of Flora.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have... She's really stepped up to the plate. She's exciting.
She's cool.
She's good. She got some cool cool things to do with.
Mhairi has posted a link to eye bleach on Reddit, which I don't know whether or not I want to click. If
Reddit's
it's going to
dangerous.
make me want to bleach my eyes, or if it's bleach for the eyes. Maybe it's puppies and kittens. I won't know till I find out.
I'm not taking that bet.
Yeah.
But you can and tell us what happened.
Great. Bleach for the eyes. And Liz says middle bits are a nightmare. Alex agrees. I also agree. I usually start with a strong sense of like one particular scene and a vague sense on how the character, like how the story is going to end. But getting there is always a very interesting adventure.
Yes, and sometimes when in the process of getting there, you'll think of other tangents and then have to try and either like follow those tangents or stop yourself from following this. Depending on what, like, which draft do you want? Are you in a final draft? Maybe don't
follow the plot bunnies.
Maybe save it for book 2.
Yeah.
Don't just chat half of a novel.
And you know, the good thing about plot bunnies is you can pick them up, you can put them aside, give them a carrot.
Unless, of course, it's revolutionary, like V. Schwab and having to rewrite her entire sequel, which is coming out in like
3
days? Soon, this week.
4 days, yes.
I'm very excited. I haven't even read the first one, but I'm very excited. It's going to be.
You haven't read the first one?
No, okay, I keep pushing it down my book pile because, like, book
up.
No, like, it only gets pushed down by book club books. So now I have to read the book club for Tuesday that I haven't read at all yet, except for the first chapter. And then I'm going to get to Vicious. But, like, the book clubs. I'm just a slow reader, okay?
If you have any V.E. Schwab on your list, raise it up.
Read them.
She's good.
I just enjoy her, like, so far, I'm just a fan of her Instagram presence. I'm sure I'm going to love her books. But also, like, we can talk about this another day, but, like, marketing yourself and your social media and what you do as an author and how you should probably do that if you're already inclined to.
Yes. If you do want to read someone who's playing with words and having fun with sentence structure and just the way she creates a world, V.E. Schwab is amazing.
Yeah, I hear only amazing things. And superheroes, 100% my jam. So maybe I'll report back next time. Maybe I'll have read it, and then
You better.
I'll be gushing about the sequel.
Right.
So, yeah, I think it's time. I'm hungry. We're gonna close this now for dinner.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Liz, for coming. You're always great. Thanks to everyone else who's currently in the room.
Thanks, Mhairi.
Thanks, Code Monkey.
Yes.
You do a great job every time. It's fantastic. All right.
Alrighty.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.
This is The Wave.